So we are done with the first block, the problem block. Now we looked at the problem, we're looking at existing alternatives. So let's look at the customer segments. The objective is to identify and describe the specific group of customers who experience the problem and are most likely to use your solution. So initial customer segments, based on the problem described in the previous section, what is the broad group of people or businesses that experience this problem? Start from the broad group. And from my example, based on the problem of small businesses or small business owners struggling to efficiently track and manage employee time, I think that's the problem we decided to stay with. The broad group is what now? You can unmute it. What the broad group is what?
Small and medium enterprises or
God bless you.
Organizations.
Yes, that's the broad group. Small and medium business owners. So because of our time, let's just move. So you write this down. Now, number 2, the specific target customer. So let's refine this broad group into a more specific segment. What are the key characteristics of the customers who experience this problem most acutely, who are most likely to pay for a solution, and you can effectively reach them through marketing and sales? Please, these 3 are key. If you can't reach them, they are not your specific target customers. A group of people that are likely to adopt your solution, but you can't reach, are not specific target customers. They are broad target customers. Yes, they are broad, very broad. How far gone? So what makes a target customer specific is that, you know, they obey all of these conditions, they fulfill all of these conditions. They experience this problem, pinpoint most accurately. They are likely to pay for a solution and you can reach them. Yes, either you have their email, you can target them on social media or reach them through any means, but you are able to reach them. They are able to see your marketing, you know, copies. So for this problem we have identified, and for these customer segments, can we further narrow it down? This small business, medium business owners, so who will the specific target customers be now? This should be easy now. The specific customers, target customers will be a subset of the broad one. If the broad one is small and medium, now inside that one, now the target customers go there. So just give an example. Maybe small and small business owners with 5 to 20 employees in Nigeria. You can further break it down and say particularly those in the service industry. You know, maybe restaurants, those in retail, you know, small contractors, etc. Yes, you have refined. You have narrowed it down. You have defined. So let's move on because of our time. Customer motivation. No, let's look at key characteristics first. Describe your target customers in details. You know, we have said these customers, what did we call them now? Small business owners with 5 to 20 employees. Is that what we said?
Yes, okay, please. That's what we said.
Yes. 5 to 20 employees in Nigeria. All of these are key. Small business owners, 5 to 20 employees in Nigeria. Which industry are they now? Service industry, restaurants, retail, small contractors, etc. Those tiny clusters. Okay, let's further describe, all of these customers in detail. Let's include relevant characteristics, their demographics. You are talking about their location, company size, revenue, industry, age, their psychographics, attitudes, interests, values. All of these are what Meta, Facebook, had structured on their pages. So if you have ever done social media marketing, especially trying to do social ad, you see that they will ask you to narrow down your target customers. And these are some of the things they will ask you to choose. Defining, these target customers, their values, their attitudes, their interests, what they love, their age, location, industry, etc., their behaviors, how they are currently addressing this problem. We've addressed some of them. That's the existing alternatives they are using to address this problem. Their decision-making process, their roles. Are they decision makers in their organizations? Are they officers? Are they mid managers? Are they senior managers? Are they executives? Are they in the C-suites? Are they board members? This will give you an idea of the kind of authority they have in the company. So for our example, we said they are in Nigeria. Let's just give as many details as possible. Okay, Nigeria, that's location. Industry, we say service industry. Restaurants, small contractors, retail. The size of employees, we say 5 to 20. We didn't talk about revenue. Revenue. Let's peg it to 10 million to 20 million annually, at least for now. Even though I don't know how that looks now in Nigeria, 10 million to 20 million naira. That's too small, but again, let's leave it there. Now for behaviors, if they are doing 10 to 20 million, let's say they are currently using manual timesheets or basic spreadsheets, let's say they are frustrated with the time spent on payroll, of course, because they are using manual. Let's say they experience frequent payroll errors, again, because they are working on this manually, using manual timesheets or basic spreadsheet software, like Excel, Google Sheets. And now they are seeking solutions online. Yes. We need to have a secretary in this class who will be helping us write this. You guys say I shouldn't write, so we can move with the speed of light. Please just take note of all of this. Just take note of all of this, so we won't forget. Job titles. This kind of people you have to be dealing with owners, the owners of the companies, so maybe somebody in the management team, if it's a small company, then the owners, because they are the ones to make the shots, call the shots when it's time to pay. People around the owners, general managers, office managers, etc. Tech savviness, let's say they are comfortable with using software, but they may not be early adopters of new technology. Let's just leave that as some of their key characteristics. So you need to define yours. You can see how the lesson I want you to learn from this, how we are picking a problem, defining the problem, defining the existing alternatives, defining the target customers that have these problems, looking at the target customers broadly, narrowing it down, further narrowing it down, defining the key characteristics they have. So the same way you need to do this for your organization. That's how you earn a seat at the table. I enjoy God's mercy, so everything, I am what I am by the grace of God. But you can't dethrone me because I know my onions. Yes, I know my onions. So if you are going to be more than a hire and fire HR professional, you know, to members of the management team, you need to speak the language the CEO will understand. You need to speak the language the CFO will respect. You need to contribute. Your contributions have to impact the bottom line, the business of the organization. Customer motivation. Why is solving this problem a high priority to your target customers? Did they tell you the problem is really a pain point to them? Why is solving this problem a high priority to them? What are their main motivations for seeking a solution? So for our target customers, why is solving this problem a high priority for them? Who can remind me of the problem again?
Time and attendance, tracking time and attendance.
Yes, yes. So why is solving this problem a high priority to them?
To minimize errors and stress of preparing payroll, to be maybe compliant, some kind of regulatory compliance, to make sure they're getting value for money in terms of their workers.
To save them time and money by reducing payroll errors. You know, is stress not part of the motivation? You know, reducing stress and workload.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. And then they're able to comply with all of these laws that you people come up with and say is labor law. You know, you know, avoid potential legal issues. Because if employee money to buy ₦1, then you will know that union is union indeed. That's when you know that you have some of your employees whose uncle or elder brother is a son, senior advocate of the mass itself. Then they carry placard and say we no go agree and say meet us in court. So motivation, avoiding legal issues, you know, to reducing stress, reducing workload, saving time, saving money, you know, by reducing payroll errors. Now, reaching the customer. How will you reach them now? You know, we said they must be reachable. What marketing and sales channels will you use to connect with them? So if you, what name do we even call this company? This is your company. Yeah, give it a name. Africa Tech Hub. Have you? So your Africa Tech Hub, Mr. Solution Provider. How are you going to reach these people? The customer, the target customer we have identified. Oh yeah, now where are people? Where are your target customers? Okay, I think somebody is dropping a chat. For adequate compensation money. Okay. So where are customers? We are talking about reaching them now.
So, as I think I said when we started this session, was it 2 weeks ago? So, I said they should be around you. They can be around you. They should be SMEs, like you said, service businesses, supermarkets, stores, things of that nature around you. And you should start from the known to the unknown. So you can do
Okay.
your direct marketing, going to them directly,
Mm-hmm.
offering them demo sessions, or sharing links that they can creating demo platforms that they can log into and see the ease of the solution, how it applies to them, and all that. Then from there, you can begin to branch out into, as I recommended, trying to penetrate their forums where the decision makers or maybe people who have the ear of the carry it on from there to online, uh, trying to get into them online, their Facebook groups, their WhatsApp groups, their LinkedIn groups, trying to make yourself visible, maybe at association gatherings, those kinds of things.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think you really nailed it. Okay. Pre-cove Apiri said the target audience should be reached via social media like WhatsApp, LinkedIn, bulk email messages. I love this. But you were not as specific as Iggy. You were not as specific as if you are going, you must have goals you are going to achieve on those platforms. If not, you are going to dissipate energies. You're going to dissipate energies, and you may not get the desired results. So you need to be deliberate and say, this is why I'm going here, because the people I'm looking for are here. You are sure. So you are going there with intentionality and not just throwing messages around WhatsApp. Okay, early adopters. Among these customer segments, there are people that will adopt your solutions first. I'll be quick to adopt your solutions. So we're talking about subset of your target customers who will be the first to adopt your solution. So let's start by summarizing them. Summarizing your target customers from the previous section. What did we say your target customers are?
SMEs.
Yes. We are. You are a secretary in this class. All of those details we give. Number of employees?
I think we said 5 to 20.
Okay. Annual revenue?
I think we said 10 to 20 million.
10 to 20 million.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Service industry, restaurants, retail, small contractors.
Yeah.
They currently use manual timesheets, Abby?
Yes.
Or basic
Or
spreadsheet software.
spreadsheets, Google Sheets,
Frustrated with
Excel.
payroll. Yes. Okay. Excellent students. I'm enjoying this class. Okay, so that's a brief summary of where we are coming from. And then early adopters. So from this, early adopters are not outside this target group. So from the target customer group, who are the most likely to try your solutions first? What makes them different from the broader target customer group? If you're talking about target early adopters, you're talking about those that will adopt it faster. So urgency is key. Openness to new solution is key. Willingness to provide feedback is key. So can we decide? Let's think. So who are Who are likely to be early adopters here?
I'm going to say restaurants, service, like, what do they call them now? Quick service restaurants. I'm going to say that because, I mean, the whole idea is people must be around to do what needs to be done, to serve the customers, to prepare the food, to clean up, whatever it is. So I would say maybe quick service industries, quick service restaurants.
Okay. So if you just said, just assumed that these
Sorry,
guys will
I
be,
assumed.
yes, it's an assumption. They're among these guys, so you are isolating these guys, and all of the other ones. I think we mentioned restaurants, we mentioned retail, we mentioned small contractors. So those small contractors and those in the retail, that means we are blocking them off. Okay, that's not bad. Your suggestion is still valid, but let's not work on assumption. Let's provide real reason. So can you back your claims up with I can't say facts now because you don't have any facts, but maybe an argument. Why do you think this will be the early adopters?
Okay, so like I said, quick service restaurants, their whole, what's the word I'm looking for now? Their whole ethos, right, is to provide, services, provide food to clients or to customers, to patrons very quickly. And you need people to do that. They need to come on time, because, well, at least in the organized ones, it has, they have a process, they have a process flow. So people need to come in, they need to clean, they need to prep the ingredients, they need to make the meals, they need to serve the meals. So people need to be there. And most of these people are paid wages, like hourly wages. So you want to be very, very sure people are where they are supposed to be, doing what they're supposed to do at the time and for the duration they say that they are meant to be doing it. So that's why I was suggesting quick service restaurants.
So retail don't have people that need to quickly come, that need to
They
quickly
do.
do what they need
They
to
do. I mean, so we can say both of them. They do. But I was just sort of, will I say, fixated on the quick service. But yes, retail, you do need people to come on time, open the shop, be available, clean up the shop, make it presentable, and then attend to patrons as they come in. So yes, and you need to make sure that they are not disappearing on prolonged breaks or disappearing in the course of the day. Because again, some of these people are also paid hourly, or even if they're paid monthly, you want to be sure that you're actually paying for services rendered and your revenue is not dropping because people aren't where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be.
Okay. I would want us to look at this in a different way, across board, across all of those sectors or industries we have mentioned. We can have early adopters in each of these industries. Now, if we look at small business owners, whether they are restaurants, retail, small contractors, who have recently experienced significant growth. Maybe they have added 5 employees in the last 1 year. Sure, you see now that they are under pressure now because you used to manage how many employees did we? 5 to 20 manually. You are still struggling. We're asking you to come and receive help. You are doing younger. Now you have added 5 to 10 employees. Shebi, you see now that their pressure will be higher. They are likely to be your early adopters because now they are under pressure. Managing 5 to 20 employees manually was a challenge to them. Now they have added 5 or 10. So they are likely to be, the early adopters of your solution because now they are under pressure. Those struggling to scale their current time tracking processes. Owners who are faced legal issues or fines due to payroll errors, or compliance problems. They have conquered. Now, if you are saying, come, let me help you so that you won't run into errors next time, it's quick to listen to you. And it's quick to adopt your solution. So that's another set of early adopters. Tech-savvy owners who actively seek out and experiment with new software, to improve business operations. They're also likely to be early adopters. So those are how you know your early adopters.
Okay, got it.
They have a problem, they are still trying to manage it. They are doing younger because they feel they can still manage the problems. The moment they add more problems, sincerely, they're under pressure. They're under pressure. And so you need to put your eye in the market. Those supermarkets you are visiting, those restaurants you are visiting, you need to pay close attention to them so you know when to strike. Your business development team, your sales team needs to activate their 5 senses like no man's business, while also not letting their 6th sense go. So the moment they see pressure, in these businesses, they strike. Because before the pressure came, these guys were still under pressure, especially with the issues in Nigeria. Now, pressure is here. They're adding more staff. How are they going to manage? They need solutions. So if you toast them well, they are likely to look your way. So those will likely be the early adopters for this solution. So the next one is saying, describe your early adopters in details. Highlight the characteristics that make them eager to adopt new solutions. I'm not going to dwell on this. We have dwelled on that. Where to find them? Again, Iggy has said a lot around this. I'm just rushing now so that the laptop power can carry us till the end, and so that we don't overshoot our time. We can go to bed early. Tomorrow is Monday. So where to find them in all of these places Iggy has mentioned. And then value propositions for early adopters. What specific value propositions will resonate most with these early adopters? I think we have unique value propositions. That should be the next problem. But let's look at general value propositions for early adopters. So what are you going to tell them? Cutting edge. What grammar are we using again? Easy to use time tracking solutions that can scale with their growing business. Reduce risk of compliance. That's for those who have run into legal issues. Reduce risk of compliance issues and payroll errors. Opportunity to influence the product roadmap through early feedback. And for those who have added new employees, easy to use time tracking solutions that can scale with their growing business. So this could be the value proposition.